Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to greet everyone with our nation's greeting words of peace, of Assalamu alaikum. And while we are reflecting on the history of America and the black man and woman sojourn here, we're here because you are here. We're here because various organizations have decided to stand up and not turn a blind eye to what is obvious. But the reason that we all are here, the main reason that we all are here, is because when you look at Mrs. Sandra Reed, you don't see a grieving mother. When you look into her eyes, you see strength. You see fortitude. You see love. You see a woman whose shoulders that we all can stand on. You see the history of an entire nation of people that were stolen from their homeland. And since they have set their souls on the shores of America, we have been acquainted with injustice.
Let them hear.
And our women have been standing for us since day one. And so we are here today because of the love of a woman, the heart of God in the feminine expression. And so when I look into her eyes, how can I sit down? When you look into her eyes, how can you turn a blind eye to what you see in her eyes? And so I am thankful for the opportunity to be alive during the same time, to be present in the same place, the same geographical location as a sister like Miss Sandra Reed. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you, Mother. Thank you. You know, I'll say this. A couple of people said that the system is broken. And we often ascribe to that same type of thinking. But I would like to inform all of us today, this system is not broken.
It's intentionally broken.
It was designed
Yes.
to do exactly what it is doing. It was not designed to crank out justice for the black, the brown, nor the poor. It was not designed to see those that do not have to receive the same type of treatment of those that have. It is a well-oiled machine, and it has been maintenance. It has been maintained, and it has been for generation after generation.
Give it to them.
But we would like to say that all things that are in existence has a beginning and they have an ending. I said they have a beginning and they have an ending. The Bible says, and judgment is turned away backward and justice standeth afar off. For truth is fallen in the street and equity cannot enter. Well, we are here today, some 400 and some odd years after our enslavement, and we're still seeking justice. Some 50 years after the March on Washington with our illustrious leader, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And we are still crying out for justice. Well, I'm here to tell you today, when you look at the hashtags on the signs, when you look at the different nationalities that are making themselves known and standing before the public all around the country and even in other nations, that this system that has been well oiled and maintained generation after generation is looking at its end. And it is you and I that are going to foster in the end to this hellish situation that we are looking at day in and day out. We are here, and after you sign all of the petitions, after you go vote your conscience, after you march, after you sit in, after you lay in, after we do all that we think that we can do, after doing it all we can do is stand. Stand for the injustice that we see every day. Stand for the injustice and stand for the people. The blood of the innocent cries out from the streets. It cries out from the graves. It cries out from the hanging trees of the South. The blood of the innocent cries out today. And you and I are witnesses today that we are not in a post-racial America. That is not a reality for America today. And so we thank you, all nationalities, for fighting for our community. But you and I, black man and woman, we have to stand up today. We appreciate strategic partnership. We appreciate you looking beyond the color lines of IH-35 and the county line of Bastrop. We appreciate that today. But it's time for the soldiers to go into the projects. It's time for the soldiers to inhabit the streets of Austin and Central Texas and wake up the young men and women who will not live according to Jim Crow anymore. So we thank you. And as I hand the mic away, let me see the flyer. This is not a moment of opportunity for the Nation of Islam. We've been entrenched in our community since the 30s. But the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, we are celebrating our National Saviors Day event this weekend, and I took time from workshops to come here and support this dear family. It's very important to me. So everyone that's standing here today, under the sound of my voice, I'm extending to you an invitation on tomorrow, 2 p.m. to come to Muhammad's Mosque, number 64 on 4700 Loyola Lane, Suite 116, to hear a message from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan entitled The Intensifying Universal Cry for Justice. Because that's what we are looking for today. Before we leave, see my brother to my left, your right, and get a flyer. And when you come to the door, you tell them you was at the Rodney Reed rally and Brother Robert Muhammad invited you. Thank you for this opportunity, and may Allah bless you and keep you as I greet you in peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.